right, Shalom. It's brother from GMS New Orleans. Coming at you with another live lesson. As always, let me give all praise, glory, and finality to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, B'Shem, Kadash, divine to the elders, apostles. All right. Peace, blessings, salutations again to the hopeful elect. All right. And this video here is gonna be quick. As more or less my thoughts on things. As it just had a little breaking news down here with the National Guard arriving. It arrived in a big convoy of Humvees and equipment and whatnot. So there we go. Okay, yeah. So the sound good. Just wanted to check that, but I want to go back to the video here. So I'm going to show you through here so we don't have no strikes and nothing like that, because we already got a strike on the page just recent. So hopefully I can show it while they're here. Yes, also they here for what Trump put them down here for the crime, and also to help out with the Sugar Bowl football game. Here we go.
Members of the Louisiana National Guard were deployed to New Orleans Tuesday ahead of the city's New Year's celebration. New Orleans is also about to mark 1 year since a terrorist attack on Bourbon Street killed 14 people just hours after the city rang in 2025. Louisiana Governor Jeff Landry requested the troops to assist local law enforcement as they get ready for this week's festivities, including a major college football playoff game. CBS News reporter Katie Weiss is on Bourbon Street with more. Katie, how is this deployment different from what we've seen in other cities across the country? Sure. Well, good afternoon. I've been out here for the last couple of hours right along Bourbon Street, monitoring the security coming in for their deployment tonight. And we've been seeing a lot more federal and state agents trickling in to begin their ramped-up operations for the evening. And what's different about the National Guard specifically coming here to help out with security rather than in perhaps some other cities that we've seen in the last few months is that the city of New Orleans really views the National Guard coming here as more of a partnership, not an invasion. They welcome the National Guard agents, about 350 National Guard troops, to come here to the Big Easy and help provide support for security operations as we see more tourists flocking to the city for.
And I want to say this too. I really want to catch the video of them arriving, but it seemed like I can't get that clip for what they were showing on the news. And I'm talking, it was like just a long convoy of troops and Humvees arriving here. All right, but it is what it is. My thoughts on it is, it's not gonna stop a damn thing. Things, according to Yahweh Shai, things are still gonna happen how they're gonna happen. Whether you have troops or not. And then you have a lot of jakes down here, spooking. Spooking about it. They're saying that stuff. This whole matter of them coming feels quite eerie. On top of they all armed up. They got these straps on them and everything. But hey, we in that time. We're in the time of like we see down here, JT Jacob's Trouble coming out. But I'm gonna start with that one too. All right. This is Jeremiah 30:7. It says, "Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. Is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but ye shall be saved out of it." All right. And that, yeah, the time of Jacob's trouble, the time of all hell breaking loose. All right, the time of the judgment coming down. All right. And we see it, especially down here. Ever since last year, when they had that T attack, that whole main street of Bourbon and Canal Street, which that's where we used to bring it out at. All right, that was our old spot. That spot today looks totally different, and the whole they use that situation out there to set up all type of high tech surveillance, all right, where they have facial recognition cameras. They also have some type of weird cameras now that can tell if you have weapons in your pocket, where you have a knife, you have a gun, all right, and they'll come hem you up, you know. And they got all type of super cameras that can hear what you're saying and watch you from all sorts of different angles, man. All right, and all, like I said, my whole take on it, which he always does, he does pressure from above, pressure from below. All right, order out of chaos, and use these situations to tighten things up even more, because what you might as well say is a soft stage of martial law. All right, and then massaging these troops in for you Jakes to constantly see them until I always say on multiple videos in the past where you see these troops so much to where it becomes a norm to you, all right, until they all the way moving in on your ass, man. All right, which 2/3 of you don't care anyway, whether we telling you what's going on or whether they knocking you upside your damn head, you don't care. All right, you don't even see what's finna happen here in Babylon. All right, I want to get to the other scripture too. Cut in my head. This is Ephesians. This is Ephesians chapter 5 verse 15. It says, "Seeing then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise." All right, redeeming the time because the days are evil. We had some evil times. All right, I think just last week, they right along with a group of some individuals in California. I think it was like two guys, 3 women. They were connected to another individual, a group of individuals down here, and right where we have another camp at in Lafayette. A bunch of T people, man. All right, one of the particular guys, he already had his party equipment all in the cars and everything, and getting ready to come down here for New Year's to do something. All right, and they wound up, the police wound up getting this guy. All right, but this guy had all sorts of toys in the vehicle, man. All right. Right along with the people that were connected in California, because the people in California, they got caught out there, all right, testing their toys out in the desert, all right. But it shows you the times that we're in, all right. Going back to that video with Sarah, I believe Sean Ryan and that lady Sarah Adams, all right. All right, they already told you at the end of this year, it should be a lot of events and things go down, all right. And we definitely in that time of these different attackers, these different sleeper cells doing their thing, man. All right, but I'll read that again. It says, "Redeeming the times because the days are evil." We're in some evil times. All right, this is not the time to be playing around. All right, roaming around town, dealing with the festivities. All right, especially you Jakes, man. All right, and we also know the things we are in the know, man. We know that through the Yahweh Shai, all right, what this devil plans on doing, man. We're not ignorant of his devices, all right. We know that this devil has plans on using this as a device to lock everything down. Which another lockdown is coming too, all right. Another lockdown is definitely coming, man. All right, but it says, "Wherefore be ye not unwise, but understand what the will of the Lord is." And the will of the Lord is to ultimately bring America down, all right? The Lord's not for America, but against it, all right? In these different times that we're in, it's furthermore speeding these things up, all right? And it will happen, all right? It's not far off. We right here at the door, all right, all hell breaking loose, So that's why it's very important to be on the up and up and be circumspect, man. All right, because that's another thing I want to say. Because one thing I was watching the news out here, the local news, people saying, "Oh, because the troops are here, oh my God, we feel so safe. We can We can party. We can, have the football game. We can have the they do that little bullshit out here too, the dropping of the ball, like in Times Square, New York. We can have that in peace, all right? But there ain't no peace, man. All right? I'm gonna end it with this one. There's no peace. All right, this is 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 3. It says, "For when they shall say peace," that's what the people are saying. They're saying peace. All right, we got these new state-of-the-art guardrails. We can put them up so nobody comes and ram the crowd of people and run us over like they did last year. We can put these guardrails, these cameras, the signs, put all these troops out here. All right, but what the scripture says though, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them. All right, like I said earlier in the video, this is not gonna stop nothing, man. All right? If the Lord wants something to go down, it's going to go down. All right? But when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child. All right? Like a woman with child that is pregnant, she don't know when that baby wants to break that water, man. It wants to come, all right, into the world. All right? And it happens upon her suddenly. Same thing happens with this destruction, man. This is something that's going to happen out the blue, okay? And they should not escape. You see, all these people that's talking like this, it's not just for here in New Orleans, but all around. All right, from New York, L.A., all right, California, New York, wherever, man. All right, these things are going to go down. It's going to happen suddenly, okay? But I just wanted to make that video quick, and like I said, my thoughts on it. All right, just like last year, something's still gonna go down, man. A lot of you people, all right, are gonna also feel the wrath of Yahweh Shem Shai, man. The Lord's gonna bring judgment down, even more. All right. So with that, I'm gonna end it right here. Give all praise, glory, down to Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Hashem Kakadash. Once again, double honor to the elders, apostles of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations again to you, whole elect out there, to the sincere Shalom.